What's up, Too Lucky? How we doing, man? Good to see you in chat. Thank you for liking the stream, by the way. That is solid. I didn't even have to ask. That is just good manners right there. Oh, get settled in for 3v3. It's been a hot minute since I've had to stream one of these. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear me like cracking my knuckles away from camera or not, but it feels so good. It has been a day. I was I was out mowing my grass, and I knew that we had a chance of like thunderstorms, but it looked like it was holding off, and then it started getting dark, and I'm mowing my front yard, and I'm like, oh man. And next thing I know, it is just downpouring. Before the ads finished rolling, started liking the stream. I love it, man. I love it. Let's go. Oni, how we doing, man? Make sure that we get this going the right way. All right. Oh, evening, yeah. I guess it might be evening for some people. It is pitch dark outside for me. It is nighttime. Johnny, what's going on, my man? Fontia, how we doing? Good. What's up? MD Serious Philadelphia. There we go. Right, you guys. You know what's my favorite? My oldest Harper. She pronounces Philadelphia as it's the cutest thing ever. It's Philadelphia, and my wife and I love it. Like I don't ever want her to properly pronounce Philadelphia. Pretty Oni sitting solid day one of the raid. That's really awesome. That's 3.2 is a very solid score day one. We're not, our raid won't be launching for a few days. We just finished up our last Naboo raid, so we still have like 3 more days of tickets before we'll be able to launch the raid. So kind of nice that I'll be able just to kind of gather information before getting into everything. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to that. What's the dark side raid counter I'm going to use? Yeah, so I can kind of, once we get a few more people in, I can kind of show what we're looking at for Grand Arena. But I'm 1 for 3 with my Jedi Master Kenobi, but I don't know if I need to be using like Mace Windu instead of General Kenobi. You know, I've got to figure that out. Got to kind of like really hone in here and figure out what the hell we're going to be doing for that, because it definitely is a counter that I am not fully prepared for. Yeah, I've tried. I'd like to try some things. I just don't know. Yeah, MD Series, that's something that I would very much agree with. I'm really trying to get better at, like, all right, day one information is awesome, but being able to just kind of work through it is going to be really nice. Just joining in, Ethan. I'm not at all excited about this new era. Seems very forced. Yeah, it definitely can seem a little bit where you're like, you know, is this really the best thing? But you know, at the end of the day, that's just kind of what we're dealing with. You know, it's not the end of the world. It just, you know, it is what it is, right? So I'm trying to make. I don't know if you guys can tell. I actually have chat rolling on screen for you guys to see. It's the first time I have ever done that. Johnny looking for 10.5 day one. Yeah, dude. Johnny and I are guildmates, and he's freaking like crushing everything. He's gonna be a problem in the raid. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. Please like that stream. It helps just, you know, let your people know that Fat Phil's streaming, even if they just hop on for like a minute or two, say hello, and then peace out. I get it. Or you can just like mute me, go watch TV or whatever, and just stay on the whole time. That also works too, you know. We do what we can around here, even if it means brutal honesty. That's my favorite kind. All right, so yeah, I definitely. I mean, I'm gonna get GL Hondo, right? We're gonna get Mace. We're gonna get GL Hondo. Like, it's all gonna be good. It's just gonna take a while. It's gonna happen. It'll happen. I gotta say, the artwork is friggin' fantastic. They really, I gotta give them credit for how much better that looks compared to like this and stuff like that. And I get like these are a little bit different than this, but man, like that just looks so sick. That is so friggin' cool. And even some of like the graphic that I used today for the video, like their 2D department has been just off the charts lately. Got to give them and I know like we want them 3D for the game, but the 2D department, holy moly, you guys have really crushed things lately. I really, really love to see it. So let's just take a look at the board here. So my opponent has attacked already. We're up against Damon Alucard from Overpowered Phoenix. Little bit more galactic power than us. But, a lot more relic levels. But Datacron-wise, definitely an advantage to them. They've got the new Jedi Temple Guard. They've got Mace Windu. Also have the Apocron. So they definitely have a few more focused Datacrons than me. Ships-wise, nothing crazy one way or the other. They've got, just better relics all the way around. But they did attack first, which, credit to them. So bottom wall here, there was a lot of struggles. We have 4 battles on the Trench team, 2 battles on Reva, Slicker, and Rey, and then cleanly here through the Rex team at the bottom. So, for me, that's a good sign, right? For me, that's definitely a good sign. Then on the back wall here, they broke through, only dropped on the Finn Zori Finn team. I mean, again, me getting a hold with that team at all is nice because there's no Datacrons back here. I don't have enough of them even for offense, let alone defense. And then over on this wall, they have 2 battles against Lord Vader, not able to do anything. And I actually have the wrong Datacron here. I didn't update this from last season. I should have the Datacron with Clone Troopers there. I completely forgot to update that. But we did get we got 8 holds already with the focused Datacron for the support characters. So we're definitely okay here. There's I'll say a few things I am a little bit nervous about is I don't see a Slicker on their front wall. There is a Jedi Master Mace Windu team with Depa and Ayla. I'm not looking forward to having to face that for the first time. And then I'm not looking forward to having to face the rest of this stuff. So I've got, the Tarkin Scorch team for the first time. We've got the Datacron here on these guys. And then Ahsoka, Balin, and Rey. So we definitely have our work cut out for us here. But, my thing is that it's the no Slicker on the front wall is just throwing me for a loop there. So we are going to have to see. I'm not sure I don't know what the back wall is. And frankly, it's one of those things where if this is where we're at on this wall, again, maybe they've got more and they're just waiting for me. But if this is where we're at on this wall, there's not, in my opinion, unless they're just saving a lot and then they're going to be way better than me anyway, it won't matter. I'm wondering what's back here. So we definitely have our work cut out. That is a big time. So I'm thinking we just I got to take this kind of a battle at a time here. I've got to really think about the Datacrons, really think about what we need to use in each place. 100% defense is not ideal. And 25% offense is also not ideal. Oof, I don't like that. But I think this can work. I'm just trying to think what else I'd want to put on that. There's armor pen. Armor pen. I need to save this. I do want to save that cron. Offense. Offense crit damage. Offense. I need to save the Sidious cron. That's what I'm thinking too. He Too Lucky is just kind of grab the zones that I can and see what we can do. I think I'm going to equip this. I think we're going to try this Datacron. I don't think I really need the Taloncron for what I need to do. So we're going to try this and we're going to see how it goes. All right. First battle. Let's go. All right. Dispel the crit hit immunity. Hit up Ray. Okay. Yikes. Okay, there goes her. Can I do this to you? Okay, there goes Barris. Nice. All right, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Okay. Hit the special ability there. All right, that's fine. Just need to shake this. Let Ben do whatever he's going to do to somebody. Oof. Ooh, boy. Okay, Star Killers and damage immunity. Not good. Not good. Ooh, yowza. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Come on, give... That's not bad. That's bad news, Bears. Oh, man. That was brutal. I mean, I got to keep that. I got Barris out, but man, we just could not... They went hard in on Starkiller there. They went hard in on Starkiller. Yeah, I don't know what can... I'm not sure what we're going to do to clean that up. That's going to be a very... That's a brutal cleanup for us. All right. This one, again, we're just going to try. I have heard that this works. So we're going to go right into this. I don't know how to do this battle, so we're just going to try it out and see if we can make something happen. Okay. Oof. Okay, there goes Tarkin. All right. Come on. Let's just see how we... I don't know how we'd handle this, but we're just going to keep trying. So is Scorch going to always dispel debuffs? Is that what's going to happen here? Am I going to be able to get through this at all? Am I just going to keep... Okay. Keep going. Yeah, he's not... Okay, there goes you. Alright. That should be okay now. Just keep going. There we go. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. We're all right there. That's a good one. That's a good one to get out of the way. All right, so now I've got to figure out, you know what? I am wondering if these guys will work. Let's just try. Listen, I just got to throw something at this. If not, we're just going to go with a GL and we'll move on with life. Gosh, that healing immunity off the bat is just so brutal, man. So ridiculously brutal. Okay. Okay, there goes Raise. Okay. Okay. Throw this. Oof. Oh my god. Gosh. This is so bad. This is bad news bears, guys. This is bad. I'm very, very concerned for what I can do here. Ugh. Alright. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Okay. Let's do this. I don't know that I need 76% health there. All right, let's try this. Gosh, I don't know what to do right now, guys. We are fast approaching the holy crap, Fat Phil is screwed phase. Yeah, that's bad news bears. He's already got backup plan. And Leia's about to, oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. What the frick was that? I mean, I killed him there, but it's not gonna matter. Woof. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What was that? What am I doing? Wow. Oh man. All right, we've got to really rethink our strategy here. We're running out of teams that I think are that I'm confident in doing anything at all. It's not even like this was just Dark Side tank. I mean, it's not anything crazy special. I just could not. They just gotta like, poof. Man. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for. I mean, that Leia was that team. I have my own Ahsoka. I can do the mirror match. Yeah, I can do a mirror match. I can get through this, and then it's just try to get through the other wall with what we've got. I mean, it's not pretty. I can tell you guys that right now. It's not going to be pretty over here, especially with Mace. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I got to think about what I can do to beat. Let's just settle down here a sec before I get too crazy. counters. I gotta figure out what I really need for Balin. Alright, maybe Bo-Katan can work there. Whew, this is a brutal... Man, I know how he's feeling, dude. This was a brutal... I mean, that was a brutal opening play on... This was just... That was nasty. That was just nasty, man. I mean, right away, Leia. Immediate... Yeah, holy... Just... Absolute annihilation. Yeah, I think we gotta just do Bo here. I don't have great crons for this, but that's about all I've got. Oof. Man, that's a brutal opener. Okay. Get my damage immunity up. Okay. All right, go after you. Poof. Okay, dispel that. There goes Balin. All right. There we go. All right. That's Bo. All right, Bo got that job done. I wonder if I just use Jabba here. Because I don't know. Padawan, Sabine, Ezra. I mean, Leia is the most common counter to this team, and we just did absolutely sweet nothing to that team. Ugh. Yeah, this is the team I'm, like, most worried about beating now. Over here, I still have to do Malgus, Mace, and somebody else. What will beat that Malgus lineup? That's where I should have used Balin. I'm an idiot. All right. Oh. Yeah, my great mothers are on. That's a defense team for me. I just throw them on defense in the back wall. Here, these aren't the problems you have in Carbonite 4. No. I feel like I am the Urawa Red Diamonds right now, just getting absolutely destroyed. And for what, right? Like what? I definitely feel like Urawa Red Diamonds right now, just getting absolutely massacred. Trying to think. Don't Gungans have a Datacron stun target? All right, well that's not a big deal against Treya. All right. If I do that here, 60% offense, they gain. If I use Sith Eternal Bane here, then I have to use like Jedi Master Kenobi here. I feel like that's the. I feel like gotta do that, and then we can worry about what's over here because I still don't know what I'll do here, and then yeah, ugh. Disastrous opening plays here. Disaster. This is not at all how I wanted my opening plays to go. Yeah, JMK with Mace. I'm thinking Jedi Master. I'm thinking General Kenobi against that. Mace for anti-stealth. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. I'm just, yeah, maybe Mace is the play there. I think that'll be the official. I like that call. That's a good call. And we'll go with the 77% health cron. All right. Yeah, let's do this. This is the one we got to do. Okay, go here. Okay, that's actually awesome that they're attacking him. All right. Well, I can't even target. What? Whose turn is it? Yeah, why can I not? What the heck? All right. Let's go here. Yeah, I can't ignore the taunt, but I can at least do that. All right, let's get a quick high ground here. Not ideal. Yeah, not ideal. Oh, there we go. All right, she's out. There we go. I thought that would jack up my cooldowns, but I guess not. I guess we're okay. Okay, let's just get you out of there. And let's just get rid of the Handmaiden, and then I'll worry about Qui-Gon here, because I'm going to try to... Okay. Keep going. Just keep... I just want to do that. I'm just trying to juice ultimate charge here for Kenobi. There we go. All right. And that should give me my full, like, health and protection back. All right. Can I force leap you? Okay. Give me that. There we go. All right. 57. Whew. All right. Yowza. Okay. So I have a couple options here. We could use Jabba the Hutt, right? I think Jabba could win here. I could use Jedi Master Luke and use, like, Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Knight Revan with this Kron. I could throw Jedi Knight Cal with this Datacron. I don't have it all the way, so I can't use Hermit Yoda. I mean, I could throw really any Jedi, you know, in there. I have to use you and you here, which I'm not super pumped about, but it's gotta happen. Let's go here. This has to happen. So it's really, what do I want to use against Rey? This is where I wish I had, like, Swago insights or whatever, because I don't know what will work here. I don't know what will work on that cleanup. And then I've got to figure out what the hell to use on some of these teams, but we'll cross that bridge. All right. Let's see what we even just can do here. Alright. This is the one I know. I feel like I know I have to do this. I don't want to do this, but I feel like this is just like this is the smart move. I just want to get rid of the foresight, to be honest. Get you linked up. Get you linked up. Alright, Ezra's almost dead. That's actually really nice. Go here on you. Okay, Ezra's dead. Oh, why didn't I try this first? I mean, I know why I didn't try this first. I should have. Just save the ultimate because I want her to use her ult, jack up my cooldowns, and then we'll go ahead and use our ultimate. There's no sense in doing it just to let her mess them up. Okay, yep, just build my siphon. And I just want to build, the only reason I want to build my siphon is because it'll just help me get through this. All right. There she goes. She's at full ultimate. Perfect. Yep. All right. Now let's hit ours. And she lost all her protection, which is perfect. Oh, nice. I guess we're immune to cooldown. I forgot that. All right, let's just go here. There we go. All right, that worked. So now it's just, what do I use here? I think that's the biggest thing. What do we use here? What do I think will have the best chance of success? If Gas could pull this off. I thought about it, but I don't have... My problem is I don't have Rex and 5s. So, like, I don't have the 2 that you would want to use with Gas. Yeah, Wampa. Wampa's not working here. As much as I would love Wampa to work here, we're not going to work here. Oh, man. Whew. Man, sorry. I got some good news in a text message that I just had to make sure I got out. All right. I listen, I love Wampa as much as the next guy, but that's just a Ben ignores protection. That's a sudden roll into the face. I feel like this is the thing. I feel like this is what I want to try. We're going to try this, and we're just going to give it a go. Okay, nice. Okay, stun. Oh, get in. Oh, that worked. All right, let's go. Whew. Okay, that we're through. We are through. And there is, wow. Yeah, so there is Lord Vader in the back. No SLKR Kron. Wow. Yeah, okay. Man, we're definitely not going to have the juice to get through this back wall here. Definitely not going to have the juice. All right. Let's go over here now. I have no idea. I have no idea what I want to use on Jedi Master Mace. I need a dark side team here. The Great Mother's team actually kind of concerns me. I am not going to lie. The Great Mother's team actually kind of concerns me right now. Let's get Morgan in here, and let's get Death Trooper in here. What's beating this? Nothing that I have so far. Of course, why would anything that I bring on offense have any chance of working here? Yeah, so far, not looking like a lot of the things I have for offense win here. Unless it's a galactic legend, which, I mean, that's not out of the question. We could just use Jabba and hopefully call that a day, but don't know about that. That Great Mother's team is actually kind of a problem. Well, so the thing is, I don't really have a good, like, my Malgus team is not going to be very good. I don't have, like, any of the good, I don't have any of the good stuff. Oof. We don't have good Sith for that. Alright, Oni, we used Bo-Katan already. Malgus against Mace Windu. Again, do we think Bo-Katan? No, so Oni, I can't use I can't use Bo on this. 2, we already used her on the front wall. We used Bo-Katan up here. We used Bo on Balin. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't... So, we're down Leia, which I would have used Leia here, so that was a mistake on my part. And we are down our unaligned Force user teams, both of them. Like, we're down the Starkiller team. I mean, we did have to get through the Rey. I shouldn't, like... You know, the Malicos team we wasted Balin, I should say. Balin's the one we really wasted. Balin would have been easy food here. All right. What do we use here? Do I just try like a standard Malgus team here and see if that works? Could try that. What is this Datacron? Max protection, of course it is. Yeah, I'm trying, guys, sorry, I'm just running through what I have left and what I need to kill these things. Gas on Great Mothers. Do we try that? Luthen's on defense. Luthen's on defense. How consistent is Traya against... Yeah, so GG is showing me no wins with Arc and Echo against this variant of the Great Mother's team. Ugh. Now that's, of course, that I don't have the insights, so I can't really, like... I can't say I have the fullest of data. We could try... I'm wondering, can I try... I wonder if Boba Fett would work here. Bob with his Datacron. Do we think Bob with the Datacron is worth a shot here? Let's try. We want to try that. And we try this. See how it goes. Let's go. I mean, I'm willing. I'm game for this. Let's go for it. May as well. Okay. Oof. Yikes. Okay, there goes Morgan. That's good. Okay. That's... Oh, man. All right. Holy. Okay. Wow. That looked... Oh, man. That looked a little scary, but that worked. That worked. All right. All right, that worked really well, actually. That was a very, very, very solid win. That saves me so much trouble. Yes, hey, Oni, man, this is the thing. It ain't pretty, but it worked. It ain't pretty, but it worked, and that's all that matters. All right. I got this Dash Rendar team I need to beat. Okay, we do have Mandalorians to use somewhere too. And we still have some things that we can attempt on the back wall here. We still have some stuff we can attempt on this back wall. That is just such a scary Datacron. I'm not going to say any of this that I would do back here would be pretty, but we can at least try maybe like one thing. Clear a team or two. Okay. Now, I know that a solo Jabba can work here. I'm not super confident that I need to do the solo. I'm thinking Traya here. I feel like Traya there is a safe bet. This team, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I just do this while it's, like, what's this Datacron have on it? 15-15, offense, protection, health, steal. Yeah, that's not going to help enough. Let's just go in. I need another beer. All right, just do this. Of course, we don't cool down anyone. Ooh, Mahir, that's a great question. I mean, listen, we're always game for some collabs on the channel. You guys know the drill. Mahirlo coming in with the heat. Yeah, listen, everybody knows the drill. Egnard's just, half the time, he just, like, will DM me and be like, yo, invite me on. All right. Yeah, I think Ali was on stream. I think Ali might be streaming right now, actually. Keep going. But yeah, we definitely got to do a return on that one. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Get this. Once the shield generator's out. Oh, Nihilus with Deathmark just always kills me, man. It just pisses me off to no end. Okay. Just get... If I can eliminate Boss Nass, then the world's a happy place. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Okay, of course you get damage immunity. Why would you get anything other than damage immunity? Okay, get rid of you. Okay, he should almost be dead. I love that, like, he's just constantly using that ability against Savage, and he can't call anyone to assist, and so it just, like, does nothing. There we go. All right, full banners there. All right. I'd into dash. Yeah, I don't know. I could. But Han will shoot first, and my fear is if Han stuns Aiden and they get some kills out, I'm screwed. That's my thing there is that if they play that right, they could completely delete Aiden. Like, I don't know. I'm not... I feel like that can go off the rails. I could be wrong, but I feel like that could really go off the rails. Yeah, I'm not... I think GG has good success. Yeah, or use Imperial Remnants. Well, I think I'm going to use Remnants. So I think I'm going to use Remnants on this team. We'll do that now. I'll use Remnants here. This is where I'm going to use my Remnants. I like using Remnants against this team. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, I like using Remnants on this team because like I've even had it where like they kill off the ads, and then it's just, like, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and he brings everybody back to life. Let's just remove his turn meter. He's just going to keep hitting us. There we go. Full banners. That's where I like using my Remnants. I don't remember when I definitely didn't learn that off of GG. I just remember one time I tried it and it worked, and I was like, oh, look at that. That's actually kind of fun. So yeah, I definitely, that's been a I've used that one a lot, and I'm very happy that I used that because it's just such a great like little. I don't want to say little. It's a nice counter for a team that most of us would probably not find a way to use. It's great. Works that especially because like you can get Anakin's AoE out early. Like with the Bad Batch, when you use Bad Batch against that team, you still have to like hope Anakin's AoE doesn't delete you guys. Where like there he can use it, you're gonna tank it, and then you can keep working. So I've that is a cron that's a team that I use a lot. Give me 1 second, another beer. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if Monterey have got another shot on goal or not. All right. So I think for these guys, I'd like to just use the Jedi. It's the beer of choice. It is called Outlaw. I really want to get... I should figure out... I should, like, reach out to their social media team and just ask them to send me, like, a case a month or whatever, and I will be there, like... I will worship them for forever. Alright. Go in on you. Let's steal. Throw out all the buffs. Oof. Okay, throw out all their stuff. Okay, good enough. 55, good enough. All right, we got Jedi Master Mace. Oh my God! Give me 1 sec, guys. My cats. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna move the. Over here is my curtains that my blinds that they just like, they're not hanging properly. You probably can't tell, but give me 1 sec. I need to go fix this. You idiots. What the heck did you guys do? Don't touch it. Don't touch. I do not know how this goes back up. You too. Swear, man, cats are like some of the cutest creatures alive and some of the most annoying at the same time. It's terrible. I love them to pieces. He too lucky. I use new Django B1 against Qui-Gon Ami. Listen, man, it works. That's the thing, it works. If Fat Phil chair stream. Hey, I at least thought I moved the camera so you guys could see me. I thought we at least did that, you know. Maybe a little bit. Not too much, but we tried. All right. So, Mace Windu. Do we try any version of Darth Malgus? Or do I just use like GL Ahsoka or something? Do we try Gungans on this team? I just don't know. I don't know what will and won't work on this. Like, do I try Gungans? What are we thinking here? And then the Malgus team, I got to figure out what I'm doing here as well. And then I still have, I still have all of this stuff back here. Trying to think what we do. Could we try, you know what, on this trench team, I kind of want to try this. I don't know if this will work or not. I do not know if this will work. Because trench is actually a very, like, I don't know, trench for me, there's like this fine margin of where if he just gets a little bit going, you're kind of cooked. Yeah, I don't think that would work. I mean, I have Gungans, so, like, that's not a problem. Like, we do have Gungans for that. Yeah, like, Gungans are absolute the safe bet for trench. Right? Gungans are the safe bet for trench. Whew. Man, this battle pisses me off so much. If we had Leia, I could clear this team no problem. And if I didn't waste, I mean, I shouldn't say waste Balin, because we did get Rey into the red there, which made the JML cleanup a lot easier. Man, ugh. Yeah, if Mace or Depa targets the shield, we're cooked. Yeah, and Ayla can call assists. JKCK, I already used Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Michael. It's a good call. It's a good call. Afra for Malgus, I don't have any good Datacron for her. So, I mean, it would just be a standard Afra lineup, no Datacron. Darth Revan. I don't have Darth Revan. I don't have Mission or Zalbar. That ain't working. Listen, I have GLs. It's not that I don't. It's just, you know, it's not that we don't have this stuff. It's not that we don't have it. It's not that we don't have this stuff. We've got what we need here. All right. I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, here's the problem, right? I'm not clearing a lot on this back wall. So let's clear the front wall here, and then let's assess where we are and what we want to try. Let's go here. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do... I think we're just going to do this. Okay. Oof. Let's get taunt up with Chrysanthemum. Thank you. Taunt back up. All right. That was probably not the smartest of plays to do early, but it's fine. Just get our contract. Of course, we don't get any of the buffs that I would like because of the shock, but fine. Okay. All right, let's throw this out. Really just need to juice up our... Woo, yowza. Okay, just keep going. Should have thrown bombs there, but it's all right. There's another basic. Whoa, that's a good dodge. Good dodge, Leia. All right, let's just get rid of Malgus. All right, now we're in the clear. And there's press auto. Tell you what, that was a very... I mean, I think, like, we're going to win the fight no matter what, but that was just a very, very timely dodge. He too lucky at Adrad. I don't hate the Adrad shout. I don't hate the Adrad shout. Yeah, I would agree. If the Hutt Cartel are like, without that fear immunity and stuff, this would be a very challenging fight. I mean, you think we're already... I mean, it took half of the fight just to get here. So, I mean, it's not like it's a... They have the survivability. All right, just if they were immune to, like, insta-kill even, it would help. All right. The thing is, I do have Rogue One. And, like, we would have a Datacron to use. So like it's not the end of the world if we, you know, like we can afford, like we should be okay. I hope he doesn't come back. I mean, if he comes back, I'm screwed anyway. I'm not clearing those walls. But, oh. Do you guys want me to try AdRad here? Do we want to try that? Do we think it works? I don't have the best AdRad team. Like, I'd love, like, Scareth Rebel Pathfinder here. I feel like that would be the best thing to do. You know, is that what we're thinking? Or we... What are we looking for there? Because I don't have a... I mean, we've got Ahsoka left, which, like, if Ahsoka loses to this, I will flip my lid. Oh, Ballin, glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. What's the Windu DC? The 15 and 15 defense, offense. Yeah, I'm reading that. I don't know that. Yes, we have used Sith Eternal. Things did not go to plan. Rey stopped our Ufus. They like literally hard targeted Starkiller, which was a problem. And then Leia lost to this team, and so it was a mess. Our initial attacks were a mess. We had to use a lot of stuff to get where we are. Like, we could try Gungans, but Gungans are kind of a slam dunk against Trench. So what do we want to try here? AdRad might make a 2-shot happen. Yeah, my only fear, the more I read this, is it's giving them a lot more max protection. And the protection is going to help against the exposed damage. Like Depa here, she's modded all for protection. I have a fear that the exposes won't do enough. And with the extra defense, I don't know that I'm going to be able to make enough happen to kill this team in time. And you've also got Ayla's new all Jedi gain 30% health, tenacity max protection, per relic amplifier level, Vanguard recover. Yeah, yeah, whenever Ayla uses a special, she calls this. I think I'm just going to do this, guys. I think we're just going to go with I think I'm just going to use Spectre. And we're going to bring a Kron. We're going to overkill it. I don't care. Listen. I will let Arnold do the testing. Okay, well, that killed him. See, now I didn't get near the ultimate charge that the other... They killed Leia faster than I killed Mace. But I think the AI is better at playing this than I am. All right, that's 57. All right, that puts us in the driver's seat. That at least puts us in the driver's seat. And then we've got Leviathan. We've got these ships. Okay, all right. Let's just do, for posterity's sake, this battle is in remembrance of Agnards. I really don't want to bring a Datacron to this. Is this what I think is the best? What do I think is going to be best here? Because, like, this is the thing. Every once in a while, you'll face one of these teams where you're like, oh, yeah, that's just an automatic counter. And then you forget that, like, they've got a really good Datacron, and you end up getting just, like, nuked or annihilated. Jar Jar. Yeah, it seems like Tarpals is going to be the best one. All right. Can we do this? Thank you. All right. Let's get some this up. There we go. Get rid of all the buffs. Like, they're going after the shield, man. I mean, like, credit to them. Of course, the one guy that gets death mark is the dude that has frickin'... This is insanity. Of course he gets death mark. The one guy that I actually can't do anything against. And now it's gone. Ugh. Ridiculous. So that's the crap I'm talking about, man. It's like, oh yeah, this'll work. And that's like, nah. And they, I mean, to their credit, man, they are going after the shield. Okay, good. We actually got a kill there. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Full banners, but that was not like that. That did not feel good when I did that. That did not. That did not have like a. Oh yeah, that feels nice. All right. Let's do some ship action just because. You were low-key rooting for Trench. Yeah, I don't have Sith Eternal Z. It was, listen, we'll go back in for everybody who's just joining now, talking about, like, you know, how much of a mess some of these attacks were. You know, I gotta say, I won the coin flip on which of these goes first. I normally always lose this coin flip in Grand Arena, and it costs me banners every single time, and it's infuriating. There's, like, nothing worse than losing this coin flip and knowing you lost 4 banners. Alright, just keep going. Just keep going. I have to say, I do take this off auto a lot just because I like the AI. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the offensive and defensive AI is not the same. Like, they do not do the same things. And it's very frustrating that they do not, because, like, I want my, you know, Mark 6 to come in and actually nuke somebody and not just use, like, the, you know, speed down and whatnot. Now we're good to go. So this is one of my strategies. I don't like putting Leviathan on defense for this very reason. Like, it's such a, like, every other capital ship, the mirror match has some sort of, like, all right, you've got to do something different. And here it's just like, yeah, you know, the mirror match is relatively straightforward. And there we go. We'll take it. All right, and then we've got you guys and you guys. All right. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are triple GL fleets. You know, it works for a lot of people, just not something that I've personally liked to do a lot. But to the people that can pull it off, more power to them. Ah, darn it. I was hoping that would kill that thing. That's a bit frustrating, but that's okay. That will kill it. I hate that ability with the way I need to, like, set these ships in a way that, like, I stop setting. I need to set, like, Anakin on the other side, because trying to select. Oh, man. That was, like, terrible. Trying to select Anakin or trying to select, like, the Marauder when going for that offense up ability is extremely frustrating. Okay, and there goes that guy. Pretty decent banners there, I can't lie. We got good enough banners there. All right, and then you. I have heard of some silly things where, like, you just bring, like, Scythe and it, like, I've heard of some silly stuff like this. I don't know if it works or not. Frankly, I don't, you know. This will work just fine for me. All right. Z, I've heard that this, like, works. I just don't. If it's coming down, I will call you one time for that. There we go. All right. I mean, yeah, so kind of just for those of you guys, I know we got a lot more of us now than we did at the start. So my opponent struggled on the south wall here. Cleared the Rex team okay, right? Got through Rex on the bottom okay. But everything else here, the Ray, Trench, So they two-shot Reva, Slicker, and Ray, and then it took 4 battles to get through the trench team. There was, and again, so that was, like, to me, I was like, okay, job done on that wall. Then, on the back wall, I don't even have enough datacrons for all of my teams. And one of my teams without a datacron got a hold. My resistance team got a hold there. Whenever you see something like this, that's normally a my Zori, Finn, whoever was faster than they were anticipating. But then on the north wall, they one-shot Saw. We still have eight battles so far against the Quad May team with the focused Datacron, and then 2 battles against Lord Vader. So I'm not sure what they use. I'm not sure what teams were used, what teams weren't used, but they did not set a Slicker Datacron on defense. For me, where things went south was my Ufus did not beat the Ray team. That was a problem. Ufus did not beat this. We killed Barris. We were not able to get to Ben in time. And then Leia lost to Ahsoka. And then I tried to use mercenaries against Rey to clean it up. And we at least got her in the red, but Ben was still in the green. So then we just used Jedi Master Luke to beat that. And then over on this wall, there was Jedi Master Mace Windu. We just used Ahsoka there. We used Jabba on the Malgus team. So we definitely did some overkills, but, you know, I feel pretty decent about what we did and what we didn't do. Yeah, I don't know that I've got the roster to handle any of the rest of this stuff, to be perfectly honest. Definitely not the Lord Vader team. We would try to make it through some of these things, but I just don't know that I've got the roster to handle, at least on offense, what I'd need to. But that was solid. You know, for me, I'll be very curious if they come back or not. I'm just going to send them a message and say, not sure what you have left, but good luck. Night Sisters against Luthen. Which ones? I don't have the good ones. I've got these ones, and no Omicrons on Marin. So we don't have the good ones there. We do not have the good Night Sisters. Yeah, I'm not sure what I could use against really any of these teams. Yeah, no Amis on that. We have no Omicrons. Yeah, like damn it, like that is this is such like a ridiculous Datacron. I don't know what I would even try to use there. Yeah, but I think that's about GAC. That is game, like at least for me, that's about as much as I can do. Which is kind of funny because I feel like that's been a lot of Grand Arena that I've been playing lately. It's just kind of this, not clearing as much as we used to. We'll throw gas at Luthen. Why not? I'll throw gas at Luthen. It's not the good guys, but I'll do it. What the heck? I'll do it for you, Lucky. We'll throw it in there. We'll see what happens. Phew. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, ability block 2. Oof. I mean, that... There you go. At 50 banners, it worked. Wasn't pretty, but that worked. Do I just try and throw something? Do we just try and throw anything at this? I mean, what the heck? Maul? Yeah, we could try Maul, too. Padme's captive? Ruh-roh. Woof. Woof. She dodged it. Of course. You know, you can dodge it. Apparently, you can dodge an attack that's, like, unevadable. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, my God. Malgus. Let's throw Malgus against it. Wampa. Starting with damage immunity is just so brutal. Like, that's a nothing. There goes Malgus. He's ability block too. Look at how little health he had. She almost took all of his max health. And there goes Deflective Ward on her. Guy still got taunt. I mean, Malgus is, to his credit, is surviving. This is actually not... That looked really, really bad, but this is not nearly... I mean, he's hanging in there. He's hanging tough. Oh, yeah. See, look. Now he's got no... Oh. I don't know. Is something bugged where, like, his max health, like, isn't staying reduced? You guys noticing that? Like, his max health is, like, going back up to normal. I don't know if that's intended or not. Okay, give me turn meter. See, look, like he just lost all his, like, he just was, like, down to, like, 0 max health, and now he's, like, almost back up to, like, full charge. I mean, like, I'm not, like, complaining for this fight, but, like, that shouldn't work like this, right? And again, I don't know if it's smart saving Jocasta, but apparently, like, something is not working in her kit. Because everybody else I know reduces Malgus's max health. Like, you can reduce it. Like, she's not... I mean, again, I don't know how... Wow, she had deflective ward. Didn't notice. Darn it. Oh, there we go. Wow, that worked. Man, that kind of pisses me off now. We were one team away from a full clear. We were one team away from a full clear, but freaking that's Leia right there. Wow. That's tragic. We were one team away from a full clear there, guys. Something's broken with Jocasta though. Because that's not the way that should work. That fight should definitely not work that way. Okay, wait. Did I just read this one? Okay, that's the one I just read. Turn meter reduction for each Sith. First time this. They whenever doubt. Mastery. Crit avoid damage they receive. Whenever Sith enemies with debuff, they recover. Doubt is dispelled. If all allies are Sith, he gains max health protection. At the start of battle, he recovers it. Yeah, something is just... Something was not right with Jocasta there. I don't think that fight should have been something that we could have won. Right? Because isn't she supposed to, like... Max health is 65. Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, it worked. I'm happy. Like, I mean, for me, it worked. Just, man, that does kind of piss me off. We were one team away from a full clear. Oh, that's actually tragic. That is tragic. One team away from a full clear. Ugh. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. I didn't think I was going to get through Luthen or Granny. Ugh. Well. Gotta give a shout out to Lucky for suggesting Malgus. And give him a shout out for suggesting to throw gas at Luthen. It did work. That worked way too well. So, man, yeah, I'm kind of, guys, I'm just trying to process this GAC now. I mean, the thing is, I'm not sure the Jocasta team was working the right way. I'm not sure how that was working. But I think moving forward now, oh, until the start of their turn. I don't know why my live chat was not refreshing there. Paper unique. Guys, sorry. So chat was not refreshing. Yeah, I was still stuck like way up top. So I apologize if it was like I was just sitting here. Until the start of their turn. There it is. I see it now. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, seriously, I mean, whew, I don't know what we would have done. That was a very, I'm not going to call it a win yet, because I don't know what my opponent does and doesn't have, what they did and didn't try. I mean, this does make me feel pretty good. But I don't know. I'd love if they would respond and just let me know, like, fight's over or not. But I know other people aren't like that. But yeah, this is one team short. So let's, we'll kind of open it up here. I know I've got some channel members on the stream. People like to talk about roster reviews, Order 66 raid, anything like that. So you guys let me know kind of where you want this to head. Do we want to just do roster reviews? Do we want to, you guys know the way roster reviews work on the channel here. We give priority to the channel members, priority to super chats, or do we want to just kind of answer your questions on this Order 66 raid, kind of what I've seen so far and what I'm thinking. So you guys let me know. Break down my raid teams I'll use. Order 66 raids. Make it about me. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, so for Order 66, yeah, that's a good, let's talk about that. So, I mean, eventually we're going to do something like this, right? Where eventually we're going to have all the clones. We'll go here. So my thing is, like, try them on the R7 tier initially with just these guys. Probably bump Tarkin up. And then kind of move from there. So I don't know. We're going to see, like, where I can get the best score out of them. Because what I don't want to do is, like, oh, I can just get an easy 300,000 with these guys. It's like, okay, can I get a little, if I do a little bit more work, can I try to get more? So I've heard a lot of the new Jedi Vanguard are really good. I've heard this 3-man apparently at Relic 9 does, like, the max score, which is crazy. So, like, that's nuts. Has anyone tested Shock Lead with Dark Side clones? I don't know, but I do believe there are some. Yeah, you're not going to get the Nightfall Trooper while an allied Nightfall Trooper is active. He's got extra offense. In the allied leader slot is Lord Vader. Failed leader slot is Lord Vader. All of this, getting this. Yeah, I don't know, Oni. I'm not sure what that does or doesn't. But my thinking with my Vanguards was something along these lines. But I've heard that this is better. So might have to bite the bullet. Might just Relic 7 Barris to do something here. And then, I mean, I'll have garbage here. Just like, trash. We do have the new Bad Batch. And then, I mean, I need an extra, like, team. I'm probably just going to do something like this. Just see what happens. And who knows, maybe, like, you do something where you, like, throw like, Enfys and, you know, like, we can find some ways to make something happen. Yeah, I did hear Luminara was horrible. I just don't know. Here's the thing. It's like, if this team doesn't really work, it is what it is. If I can just use them to get a couple 100,000 points, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting a lot out of these teams down here. I'm not expecting a lot. I'm just expecting enough points to make up so that way it's not, like, completely embarrassing. I know I'm not going to be hammering this raid right away. I know I'm not going to be setting any records immediately. So it's just about, like, not embarrassing myself. Because otherwise, I'm just not going to be able to get there. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that. Nest does better than those. Yeah, I mean, that's not shocking, to be honest. And the thing is, like, if, like, Hondo, there's a potential. I'd be curious to see how he could do in the raid because, like, he can technically ramp, like, he can ramp to, like, get all the 50 stacks. Like, if he could do that, he could do some funny things in that raid, I bet. I'd be very curious to see how that works out. Yeah. So that's where we're at with the raid. You know, I will try to, whenever I do my runs, I will try to do another live stream. We'll see how that works. Just kind of show you guys what I'm working with. I did tune into Arnold's a little bit. I thought it was funny that he does not have all the relic materials to, like, get to relic 9, but, you know, it is funny. The raid is too fast for Hondo ramping. Yikes. That's not good. I mean, that's fine. They weren't kidding when they said quicker runs. Hey, I'm all for it then, you know. Hondo at Relic 2 basically sold the lowest tier. See, that's the kind of stuff that I want to hear, right? Like, Oni, like, that's perfect, right? Look, a character that many of you got out of Lightspeed Bundle, if he can solo 300,000 points and your entire guild has that, I mean, that's 15 million points right away. Rabbit Beaver and Allie both in stream. Jeez, we got a bunch of creators in here. Interesting to do raid. Yeah, I mean, my guild purposefully was like, yeah, we're not doing the Order 66 raid day one. We had no interest in that. We're like, we'll let everybody test it for us and tell us what it's like. Beaver, I watched you do the Maze event. I was watching you with your 70,000 guild tokens. I did not watch. I'm trying to think. I went from yours and from Scribes to yours for that event. So I was bouncing around. I chime in once in a while, but most of the time, if I'm watching a content creator, I just kind of stay silent and just, you know, let them just try and see what they're doing there. Just poor, honestly, pretty easy. Just poor Rex, yeah. No, watch Unga Bunga stream. You know, I gotta give Rabbit Beaver credit. I was watching him do where he was letting, like, his subscribers pick his GAC teams, and I was just like, no, I would never. But you got bigger balls than me, man. I'd never do that. Your guild, Oni, your guild's gonna drop one tier initially, hopefully pick it back up quickly. Yeah, that's kind of my guild, we're definitely not going to get the same thing we got in Naboo right away. but we're hopefully going to quickly get back to where we need to be. That's going to be the goal. Just hopefully get back to where it's like, okay, we're not embarrassing. Yeah, I was debating. It's funny. Like, I was thinking, like, Barris could kind of fit into, like, the trash Jedi team and keep them alive. But, yeah, we'll see. They lost to the AI, though. Hey, man, you know, AI is, I mean, how many, I lose to the AI all the time in this game. It's awful. I mean, my guys, you guys did a pretty good job for me, I gotta say. You got your million, which is where you were on a boot. Ali, I told you it was gonna happen. I told all the nobody wanted to believe me, but I told everybody that unless your guild is at the top end, you're probably fine. Yeah, Z, I would let you pick every fleet that I do. I would give you control of my fleets. But you are a far better Grand Arena player than I am, man. There's no doubt in that. If you had an account with Datacrons on it, I would be scared of what you could do. Yeah, see, Ali, you're all good. You know, it all works out in the end. I've heard some good things about the raid in terms of, like, fast runs and stuff. Thumbs up for that, because there's nothing worse than, like, having to frickin', you know, restart Naboo raid. And yeah, he too lucky, by the way. Big shout out. That was some good calls, you know, on some of those teams. It is, I mean, I hope my Grand Arenas, and I'm sure, like, Rabbit Beaver and Ali can attest to this, like, I hope what you see in our streams is maybe a little bit different than what you'd necessarily see in Arnold's. Like, when Arnold, like, I love Arnold when he streams, because you get to see some cool stuff, but sometimes I'm like, I just wish you would go for the win. That's all I want to see you do. So, yeah. Yeah, Wyatt, man, if you want some reviews, just drop your code out. Listen, channel members and super chats basically rule these streams. Like, you guys get to decide what happens once I'm done with my Grand Arena or whatever I decided I was going to do. You guys basically run the show. Like, Mahirlo, you know, he gets to basically run, you know, my life. Shout out Mahirlo if he's still watching. If Arnold listened to you, he'd never lose. This is the thing. And again, I love Arnold. Massive respect for Arnold. Without him, this game, I don't know where we would be. But I can't stand when Arnold does, like, some just stupid counter right away. You know, like, his opponent puts up a really good score. Arnold does some stupid counter and then is like, well, we gave them the Grand Arena. And it's like, come on, man, just try to beat their score. Like, I know you can do it. I know you can try to beat their score. Just go for it. You know, I wish I could see him go to his fullest extent more often. I loved, like, that first Grand Arena where it was him versus Pimpo after the whole skill-based matchmaking became a thing, you know, skill-based. It was him and Pimpo in a legit championship round. And that was one of the coolest GACs I've ever seen in my life. That to me was like the peak of Grand Arena streaming was Arnold and Pimpo against each other in, like, that championship. That was just one of the... If you were around for that time, you know that it was just so cool. So Wyatt Titcher, there we go. Just improved JML and JKA mods after Smuggler's run. Just need Padme for Lord Vader. Alright, let's see what Jedi Master Luke's mods look like. Nice. That is actually sick. I like this. It's a lot of speed. I like it. I like it. I like that. This is a very, like, you don't need a ton of speed on him. This is beautiful. That's very good. Man, that's actually some very solid mods for Jedi Master Luke. 109,000 protection at Relic 7 is good. That's a good amount of protection. That's a lot of protection. 109,000 at R7 is impressive, Wyatt. That's a lot of protection. You should be proud of that number. That's a number to be proud of. And you said Jedi Knight Luke. Let's take a looky there. 18 speed, good. Protection, good offense. Yep, good offense there. Crit damage. Okay, my only complaint here is no offense percent. It's my only complaint here is no offense percent on that mod. This is good speed, flat offense. Good. That's a very good mod. It's a very, very good mod. So yeah, good speed on him. So that's sick. I like it. So then you said you're Padme away from Lord Vader. So she's Relic 5. We need Relic 8 ARC Trooper, Relic 7 Echo. Got the Chad batch where they need to be. Dooku's Relic 8. Yeah, you cruised through this, Wyatt. I remember last time we were still a little bit away from this. That is solid work. So yeah, Wyatt. So once you get Lord Vader, nice. You're working on the clones too. This is real. That's really good, dude. Holy crap. Yeah. So you're gonna be set. Get Lord Vader. Get your dark side clones. You've got Tarkin already where you need him. Your raid score is gonna kind of skyrocket here, dude. I like this. That is a for 9 million GP, Wyatt. Definitely can tell you're struggling for Zetas, but that's okay. That's okay. We can make that work. I mean, the thing is, like, if you're working on the newer characters, relic-wise, it's no different than working on an older character. Because they're relic, like, Relic 7 is Relic 7 no matter who you put it on. So it's the nicer thing there will be the shards will be, like, it's going to sound funny, but like the shards will be slower. So it'll give you more time to accumulate your Zetas and your mods and everything else that you need for them. So I think, like, I like this strategy. I think it will pay off to at least get those things. And then, of course, eventually got to circle back around and make sure we get some of that other stuff. But I think, like I said, and I think I said this the last time I was looking at your account. Like, there's not a lot of waste here. Like, I'm not, like, I know there's bundles and stuff, but, like, the Zetas you have equipped, there's not a lot of waste. You know, again, I mean, I'd love to see a Zeta on Commander Tano eventually because you've got the, but you're not ready for it yet. You know, you don't have Rey, so we don't need to worry yet. So, like, it's good to see that you're not just throwing Zetas to the wind. It's good to see that they're on characters that you're going to use. You know, like, and you have things that will help you progress a lot more. I think my only critique would be thinking about getting Seer up to relics at some point. I know that sucks, but because you have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, it could help you guys get to Zepho and get some extra Chirotech there. So, well, yeah, so listen, man, don't feel like you need to Relic 5 a character every 2 weeks. Just kind of take your time, kind of work through your account. Make sure that you're, like, listen, I don't even Relic, I mean, I'm not really, wouldn't say I Relic 5 somebody every 2 weeks. I go in kind of stages, but I wouldn't try to keep that kind of pace. Don't set that for yourself. Just go at the pace that you feel good with. If you feel you can go super crazy, great. If not, man, just bide your time, and like, I promise you, with accounts like this, sooner than later, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm actually making some really good progress, and we're doing some really good things. Like, you've got the makings of greatness, to quote, what is that? Treasure Planet, the Disney movie, right? You got the makings of greatness. Just one step at a time, my man. One step at a time. You follow the path, follow the plan. Don't worry if it takes a little bit longer than you think. You're going to be fine. I promise you that, right? Like, you're going to be okay. I love where this account is, the investments you've made. It's all good stuff, and you're built like, just think realistically, you're a quick pivot away from Leia, right? You're a you're not like, oh my god, I will never, like, you're a quick pivot away from Leia. You're a quick pivot away from profundity. So like, you have these really, like, and Lucky just says he's like Zeta poor but good bones, and I'd argue you're the same thing. You have that ability that if something comes out that could change your way one way or another, you can pivot to it, and you're not gonna be like lost. So I think you're in good shape, man. I really do. I don't want you to think that the R5 every 2 weeks is outlandish, but I don't want you to get all mad if it doesn't happen one time. Like, we're gonna be all right. So why I love it, man. Doing Rey than Leia, I think that's brilliant. Yeah, Rey than Leia, I think that's brilliant, especially because you do have Commander Tano. Once you get Rey, I would throw her own path on for Commander Tano, kind of make that team as stupidly ridiculous as possible. But really good shape, man. Seriously, I mean it. So I like it. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep making sure that you've got the pieces. Make sure you're getting your ship details where you can. But otherwise, man, just push. That's all it is. It's gonna take some time, and fortunately for you, I think you've got plenty of it. This game is gonna be around for a while with the way they're pushing content out, and we can feel good about that. So I love it, guys. So I see he too lucky with the 296. Give me one set, or the 199, or as Arnold would say, the $1 billion. Because we've got another channel member, and then we've got he too lucky here as well. So it's going to be Tainted and then Lucky here. All right, so Tainted said, taking Poncho Bros to Relic 9 for their battle, then curious to see what your thoughts are where I should go next. All right. Okay, so they're Relic 7, so you want to take them to 9. All right, Tainted. All right, so you're in an interesting position here, Tainted. I feel like there's a couple of things we can do right now. So you've got a lot of these Order 66 characters to build, right? You got a lot of these things to build here. You could spend a lot of your time working there. You got JML, you got Jabba, you got Rey, you got Kylo. You're still a longer ways off from Leia, based on Drogon being not even 7-star yet. We're far away from Profundity because they're not starred or geared. I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know if Relic 9 on these guys makes sense for your account. At least because you're still missing a lot of the Relic 8s. But to each their own, right? I'm never going to dissuade somebody from doing something that, in the long run, that is a good decision. I just don't know if it's the right decision right now. But I'm also a lot more hesitant with my resources than other people are. I recognize that. Have you given any consideration to Lord Vader and Darkseid clones tainted? That might be a possibility for you. It would, so you'd need to gear up your you need to gear up Padme. You need to gear up Padme, but like your General Kenobi, where's he at? General Kenobi's probably okay. Snips is there. Shaak Ti is a raid character, so that's good for you. So it's just getting Padme up and running, which she's not the easiest. She does take Kyrotech, but she's a good team. And since you don't have Jedi Master Kenobi, you do have a way to use the Padme team in like Grand Arena and stuff. And then that would give you General Skywalker to complement the 501st characters that you have. And then Lord Vader with the Darkseid clones kind of fits right into the Order 66 raid stuff. So you're kind of going to get get a couple of things all at once there. The other thing I could consider for you is, like, the thing with, I don't know how you're doing in Conquest. I don't know what your progress is for Jocasta. There's definitely, if you're not close to Jocasta, I don't know that Jedi Master Mace makes the most sense. Just because I don't think that could work. So your current plan is Darkseid clones, Jedi Vanguards for raid, unlocking Jocasta next Conquest, so thinking Jedi Master Mace into Lord Vader at that point. Yeah, if that's where you're at, if you're close to getting Jocasta, I would agree with that Order 66 raid focus. I feel like that will at least buy you some time. Get you some resources back. Especially with the way we're seeing the raid kind of paying off, where it looks like it's a faster raid. Looks like it seems to be a little bit easier than Naboo. If you're able to get some good score early on, kind of solidify yourself, you can get ready to figure out what the hell you're going to do with this Pirate Galactic Legend. And again, and I'm not saying that, build Pirate GL right away, but if Pirate GL if Hondo isn't the worst thing in the world, then that's a discussion to have with yourself, right? I love seeing that you've got your Leviathan maxed out, Executor maxed out. You're probably just gear, and I think you're gear and farming away from Profundity from what I saw, so still a long ways off from that. But again, that's only something, I think Profundity is one of those things where you can't not have it, because if something does come in and make Profundity crazy good, you're going to want it. But at the same time, right now, it's not necessary. So I don't hate what you're doing, Tainted. Yeah, I definitely... Oh, excuse me, folks. I definitely think you'll be able to make a pretty solid investment in the raid. And with how... with how quickly, I think you'll get them a lot faster than you think, and hopefully there's some resource events to make that a little bit faster. Obviously between era battles, but if we get any kind of bonus drops and stuff, you should be in good shape. So, I like the plan, Tainted. I think it's good. Keep me, again, in the members section, keep me posted on where you're at. And then after Lord Vader, probably roll Leia into Profundity. Yeah. I think if you have that kind of framework, that makes sense. I would just keep an open mind for Galactic Legends Hondo, depending on what the rest of the requirements are. Again, just an open mind. I'm not saying that that it's like a must-have, but it's definitely a possibility there. So before we get to He Too Lucky's review, I saw some questions rolling I wanted to answer. DC Born, is Leia a good counter to Rey? If not, why? She can be a very good counter to Rey, and at the same time, she can also be kind of detrimental. A lot of it is just how you're able to control and eat the sudden whirlwinds. The thing with Leia is she does have that second wind. There is some revive mechanics at play that sudden whirlwinds can play a big problem there. You've also got healing immunity from Ben Solo and Ezra, depending on certain things. And then Rey also has that damage immunity. So if you don't one-shot, say, Ezra Bridger Exile, then we're in trouble with, Drogon or somebody else. In 5v5, it's basically automatic, because you just bring Adrad and Jyn Erso and let Jyn just kind of sit there and take all the sudden whirlwinds, take all the damage, and nothing really happens. 3v3, it can be a little bit dicier. Still probably very consistent, but there's other ways to use Leia that are probably a little bit better than Rey. And then RoboMelon asks, would I say Profundity is the third best fleet? Or would I say that Galactic Republic, the aggregate of Galactic Republic? Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, because the Galactic Republic can beat... The thing is, Galactic Republic can beat Leviathan. Galactic Republic can beat Executor. Galactic Republic really isn't beating the Profundity. So, I would argue that Profundity is still the third best fleet based off of what will beat a Galactic Republic fleet comparative to what will beat Profundity. Again, just my 2 cents there. I feel like the Galactic Republic fleet is still kind of that fourth best fleet in the game, with Profundity being third best. Because Profundity still does have a chance to beat Leviathan. It's one of those where you're like, alright, you're splitting hairs, you got to be careful either way. Some of it's alright, what does the AI do and not do? I'm just not comfortable putting Galactic Republic fourth, to be honest. Just my thing. Yeah, I think Profundity on defense is just, it's so good. It just causes so many problems if you don't bring the right team to beat it and you don't have the right ships. So now we're on to He Too Lucky here. Give me 1 sec while I go get another beer. Alright, so you're Zeta poor, but you have good bones, Lucky. What's the most yawns I've done on a stream, Allie? I don't know. I don't keep track of that. A lot. I've probably fallen asleep on a stream. You guys, you guys should keep track of that. I definitely have probably fallen asleep on a stream. My mind just goes blank. Why I feel like everybody wants Galactic Republic to be third because it's the underdog. Yeah, I mean, they both have different uses. So, yeah, they both have different uses. Peep the Executor fleet. All right, let's see. Sheesh. All right. So, Bosk Relic 7, Relic 9, Relic 8. Holy crap. So do you run... Wow, holy... Do you run the triple attacker on defense? Is that what you're running, or do you have your Leviathan? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you have Leviathan, so it doesn't matter. Holy crap. That is nuts. Yeah, Johnny, I did for that. Yeah, Johnny knows I've fallen asleep. Okay, hold on. Mad respect that we're keeping Profundity low star, because that will still be a lot of fleets. Yeah, okay, so you do the triple attacker on defense. All right, all relic 9. I mean, I respect that take. I respect that. That's probably not the most fun team to face. That's not the most fun team to face. It's probably miserable, actually. Yeah, I would struggle. I would struggle to face. I hate having to face the triple middle finger defense is just the worst. I hate having to face that. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that defense. Yeah, let us. How does that do on defense? How does your fleet defense hold up, Lucky? So we're missing Ahsoka and Leia. How are we working? How are we doing there? All right, so Drogon's 5-star, so we're not close on Drogon. How are we on Captain Rex? Captain Rex is relic 3. Nisa is Lightspeed bundled. Scout Trooper, 7-star. All right, so you're kind of just... You're not awful away from Leia, but you've done a ton of work on the dark side clones so far, which I respect. I like that. Respect there. So you're not... You can't be far from Mace Windu. Holy crap, dude. So are you... How do you have a Relic Depa, Relic 7 Temple Guard, and then your clones aren't Relic 7 already? Or 7-star? Are you just a Jedi fan? Are you gonna soft whale? Or did you get lucky? Like, what's kind of the reasoning here? Because this is crazy work, right? You spent you spent 100 on Depa. All right. I mean, listen, respect. Others were free to play crystals. Okay, so are you just gonna get Mace on the third go around here, or the second go around? Kind of just take advantage of the era battles and stuff. Second go around for show, Appa's 83 of 100. That's not bad. That's not bad progress on Oppo. Yeah, honestly, depending on, I was a big, I was a big believer in the, I'm gonna, I got my CX2 to Relic 9 and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's worth it for the era battle. How close are you on CX2? I mean, the thing is, this is the thing, guys, right? These era battles, the one, and again, it's not really a complaint. It's just the one thing that I will say is that your shard tiers, like today I got super lucky. I got 7 Scorch and I'm going back to your account, Lucky, don't worry. I got 7 Scorch and 11 Darkside Clone Trooper. But like if I get Oppo and CX2, it's basically worthless for me. So the one thing I will say with those era battles is like the shard tiers immediately lose value once you get a single 1 to 7 star. And you're like, "Oh yeah, I knew that," but no, it is rough when it happens. And you said your CX2 52. You know what's funny? So, Lucky, my CX2 was around the same point when I spent crystals, but it was because I had a 7-star Oppo. If I was you, I would be 100% farming Oppo, farming CX2, and if you can get them close by the next era battle, it could be worth spending some crystals based off of the return. So your return there again is so you're going to get 10 Zimbitals no matter what. And then there's a prize box here of, okay, one of those. But the bigger thing is you get a guaranteed 5 Omicrons, 5 Gerda keypads, 5 Droid Brains. That is huge. So depending how you do in the next week, and depending how the Order 66 raid treats you here, or the Order 66 raid, depending how the Nightfall Era Battle treats you tier 1 and 2, there's a very good chance that you could do really, really well. I keep exiting out of your account, and I don't mean to. I just like going back to that event. So otherwise, I mean, you're going to be really solid in the raid, because you'll be able to make some very good teams with those new characters, and you've got the new Bad Batch. You did say you're Zeta poor, but again, you said you've got good bones, which I completely agree with this take. That you're absolutely spot on with that. That like Zetas aside, you have the teams. Lord Vader missing 2 Zetas again. We'll get those. Can you complete the R9 one with just Oppo and CX2? Yeah, Tainted, I posted a video. I did post a video about that. You can do this with just Oppo. This is all with Oppo and CX2. Yes, yes, there's not a lot more of those events on the schedule. That is absolutely accurate. But yeah, I can only use Oppo and CX2, and I was able to 3-star everything. Now, you do need Oppo and CX2. I think I only got this one with Oppo. I did not get any of the relic tiers with just Oppo. I needed both Oppo and CX2. But it is very possible. I do have their mods saved that I used, and I still have their mod loadouts saved from what I used for them. So I have that available if people need it. Kyle Zubidlidis coming in with the 5 trillion Republic credits. I will get to you very soon, my friend. Don't you worry. Continuing on with Lucky. Yeah, I would just say, man, I think you're on the right, like you're on that path, right? You're on the right path. I think you're going to do really well here. I think what I like is that, I mean, you're not opposed to spending money, which obviously will help you in some situations, but I think the bigger thing here is you're in a good position to just kind of equip some Zetas to things that will make a big difference. And the nice thing, and I know Ami's next is I know, I'm getting there. I have not forgot. What I like is you're going to be able to figure out which Zetas you actually need on like your Bad Batch to make it work in the raid. And that will be invaluable information for you, is like if you're able to max score on a tier without all the Zetas on the Bad Batch, you're going to be golden, right? Like you're not going to need more of them. But who to Ami next? All right. Does your guild care about territory wars at all? Does your guild, do you guys care at all about TW, or is it just not a big deal? And how many Omicrons do you have? That's the bigger question. Like, and how many Omicrons do you have? And here's why I'm asking, right? Once you answer, because and you'll see why I'm asking it the way that I am. Like, because I have a couple Omicrons that I'm like, oh yeah, you could equip that, but I think you've got to, all right, TW is extremely low. That's fine. That's perfectly, we're fine with that. We are A-okay with that response. 40 Omicrons. Okay, so here's the thing, right? And again, I'm just looking to see where your rebels are because I was curious about. You have one on Luthen already. Okay, all right. So here's what I was asking. So you're going for these dark side clones. We can skip Oppo. It's territory wars, right? That's a skip. Everybody else can bite me. That's a skip. You've got 10 Omicrons to spend on Tarkin for Grand Arena to use with Scorch and Disguised Clone Trooper. Disguised Clone Trooper is another 20 Omicron mats for Territory Wars. And then you've got 3v3 Omicrons on Scorch and CX2. So between Tarkin, CX2, or no, Scorch is just general GAC. He's a full 20. So it's 20 mats there, 40 mats here. Yeah. I would say because of where you're going with the characters that you have, I would probably just bank them. And equip them when you need. Like I would, Mahirlo coming in with a $5 trillion that I'm going to Venmo him back. Idiot. Mahir's the reason this whole channel started. If you guys don't know. Mahir's the whole reason the channel started. And I know he's coming to collect royalties one day, so I'm just like hoping that I have enough saved to satisfy. He knows the channel started. So here's the thing, Lucky. I only have one on Jocasta. I've got the same one you do. You watched, I mean, here's a great way to say this. You watched me just beat that Jocasta in Grand Arena, right? Like you watched me beat this with, that was a maxed out Jocasta. This was a maxed out Jocasta with Temple Guards Omicron and their focused Datacron. And Malgus, Marauder, and Assassin beat it for, what, 55 banners? No problem. I don't know that we need I don't know that Omicron makes sense. Right? Again, maybe, because again, that one was maxed. So that was a maxed Jocasta we fought. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure I like it. Maybe it will be different in 5v5 GAC, but that's a bridge that we need to cross kind of at a later date, right? That's a bridge we cross at a later time. So I would definitely consider that. Tastinex Gaming, what's up, man? Thanks for the raid. Yeah, that's what I Lucky, do you follow that, man? Kind of think through that. I don't want you to spend Omicrons now and then want them in like a week or two, or whenever you do get these characters. Like I've got, like, just for perspective, man. Right, just to give you perspective. And again, this is not a like humble brag or like a super, this is just showing you the way that I treat Omicrons. Like I have 167 right now. I'm not super worried about spending them because I know I've got a bunch coming and I know I've got other things I'm going to want to put them on. So I'm okay them kind of sitting there, and then that will get drained very quickly. Between Tarkin, between the clones and everything else, I don't want to, like, I hope that gives you some comfort that, like, holding on to Omicrons is okay when you know you're going to spend them. So let's see your GL mods. We're going to pay attention to the ones who really need stats here. So Ray, going for offense instead of health, okay. So here's one thing. All right, I already saw something. You've got a lot of offense here, which is good. The health is a little bit low, but we're going to pick on this mod. Let's find one with offense percent. If you're sacrificing health everywhere else for offense percent, let's make sure we find offense percent for this mod too. So I would definitely find offense percent there on Ray. SLKR, another offense mod. Crit damage, that's a very good mod. That's a very, very good mod. I'd love to get the tenacity to go to other stuff, but 7% offense, 14 speed is solid. This one, I never like slicing arrows, but it worked out for you. Good offense on it. Speed that's a really fast mod. Good offense percent there. And good offense percent there. Not as fast, but overall it's a well-modded Kylo. And then let's check Lord Vader's. Protection, speed, offense. I like this. That's good modding there. This is also pretty good. Not as fast as I would like to see, but good base stats. That's another one I liked. Critical damage, offense percent. I would try to slice off the flat offense to speed or something else. Good. It's good speed on here. Defense percent is nice. I'd like to see other percent stats. Speed arrow, again, you got some good slices there, so I don't hate it. I would try to get some more speed. I would try to get more speed on him just because some of those do some slicing. But yeah, you've got the good bones on him. Like Kenobi, there's some that can really help him, but like they're not as stat hungry as those guys are. JML, that's really good. The 34, that's a crazy amount of flat protection. That's a crazy amount of flat protection. That's, yeah, you're going to have a ton of, holy crap, you're going to have a ton of protection here. Yeah. 119,000 protection. I don't even know if mine had that at relic 8, dude. That is a very well modded JML. Well done. Well done, my friend. I like it. All right, we've got to keep moving on here. We've got reviews starting to pile up here. Night Alley, take care. All right, we've got Kyle Zublitis next. Going for Mace and Profundity as we speak. Light Spender, okay. Trying for Mace on the second go-round. Love your channel. Oppo 80 of 100, CX2 30 of 100. Okay. And we just got Lord Vader. So you just got Lord Vader working on his ultimate, fully zated out, which is something I like to see. I like to see that fully zated out. All right. Dark Side clones. Wow. Okay. So we've already made some significant investments here with the Zetas and the Omicrons. I don't hate it whatsoever. And well, why not with the $5 trillion? Thank you, my friend. We will work through these reviews, I promise. All right. So, trying for Mace second go around. So, Jacosta's 7-star. That's good. We can get her up eventually. Keller and Beck's lower. That's probably why we haven't done a lot with Jacosta. Makes sense. Depa Balaba here. Okay, so you're in good shape with these guys. I feel like you're in good shape there. Working on Profundity. So let's check your Rebels. All right. So when we say working, how close are we? Also, I'm not going to farm new Bad Batch probably ever. Hey, respect. I get it. I get it. Adrad, Relic 5. Okay, he needs to be Relic 9. Cassian's got to be somewhere here. There he is, Relic 5. Okay, so we got some work to do there. Otherwise, you're probably set with the smugglers, or with the rebels there. Dash Rendar needs to bump up, but that's okay. So that's just a relic crunch at that point. And let's go here. All right, you have all the rebel ships you need. Raven's Claw. Is Raven's Claw part of that? I can't remember if that's actually a wreck or not. is that a legit requirement? Ghost, Rebel, Wedge, Cassian. Yeah, no, it's not. All right, so Adrad, Cassian, Jin are your last Rex. Okay, yeah, so you're in good shape then. Like, you're just kind of knocking on the door. My only recommendation with Profundity, I always tell people, don't worry about spending the refreshes to get it to 7-star, especially in the current meta. Just not worth the hassle. It's not. It doesn't do enough with those extra stars that it's worth getting. Executor, getting there to 7-star. I will say, just as a note, I would make sure you're still working on some of these ships, particularly your Sith ones. At 10 million galactic power, I'd hope that you're still trying to farm out those Sith ships so we can start to eventually think about going for Leviathan. Again, it's just something I like to use the terminology of, like, you've got to be able to think about it. That needs to be a legitimate conversation that we can have. Man, I'm trying to think what else I would tell you. Ship-wise, that's fine. Leia, so we're missing Sith Eternal, so you shouldn't be too far away from Sith Eternal, realistically. Okay, yeah. Darth Maul. So you're not super far away there. Galactic Republic for Kenobi. More work here because of, Shock, Grandmaster Yoda, Cody, Clone Sarge. Those all suck. Yeah, that's not fun. So here's what I would say, right? What I would do right now is get your Profundity, right? I think getting Profundity will be a good move for you while you're working on the rest of the shards that you need for your clone troopers, for the Order 66 characters, kind of getting your raid team prepped, right? Get your Lord Vader. Once we do those things, yeah, the thing is with Sith Eternal, I always say you back into him. Like, he's one that, like, okay, I'm 3 Rex away, I may as well just get him. That's kind of the way I've always felt about Sith Eternal. That's not one you rush. That's one we just kind of, hey, we're eventually gonna, get this guy and we'll move on with our life. What I will say, though, is I would consider... Oh, and you have Grand Inquisitor. Wow, okay. I would definitely consider getting Grand Inquisitor up and running just because he's that good. And how are we doing with... So one, like, side project that you could probably start is the Dead Boys and just getting them closer to that point where they're able to do their assault battle. And you say you unlock Reva this route or next. Yeah, I would... Reva and the Inquisitors, it's so funny you're going to get her and not have contributed a shard. That's okay. Here's what I would say. That, to me, tells me, hey, you should probably work on getting Inquisitors ready, simply because that team is ridiculous once you add Reva into it. That becomes a really powerful team. It will transform what you're able to do, both offensively and defensively in Grand Arena. Just curious to see what your crons look like. Okay, you got the focus cron. Otherwise, you're missing Ahsoka, which right? I feel like a lot of players are. Love to see that you have Ezra Bridger, missing Jedi Master Kenobi, which we kind of looked at already, and then it's just Sith Eternal. One thing to just think about is, depending what these pirate requirements are, I'm going to tell everybody this, that could be consideration over one of the older GLs, depending what those are and how the overlap looks with your current characters. But otherwise, I think that push for Order 66, I'm all in for. Accounts like this, 10 million galactic power, this is the perfect opportunity to get that kind of stuff up and running. So, yeah. Only got them because of the light speed bonus. Hey, man, you know. Yeah. Robo Melon. I had R7 Inquisitors before I took CLS to Relics. Kyle only has them because of a light speed bundle. I get it, man. It is a very different time in this game. It honestly reminds me of the clone mission with Cam. There were a lot of players who got Cam, never contributed anything. So I get it. You know, it's okay. Your guild accepted you for it. So I would build them because they are a very good team and they are worth having for a lot of different reasons. Otherwise, man, just keep pushing. Look for some of those Zetas that will make a difference. And honestly, in this next raid, if you can find that you can underman stuff, like, go for it. And if Kyrotech are a problem, like, just let's spend our resources there. Kyrotech will solve itself a little bit. They will solve themselves. You've just got to kind of be prepared for that. Yeah, but you're going to build an Alxariva. I like it, man. I think that's the right play. Yeah, and you're gonna be fine, and you'll be able, if you get your Oppo and stuff, you build them up. There are Kyrotechs available in the one reward box here. You're gonna get like 4 of the following, so you should be able to get some Kyrotech there. I got 300 of each, being safe for clones. Perfect. Yeah, you're gonna be fine, man. You got this, Kyle. All right, so now we're on to Mahir. I got to make sure I stay on track here. We've got Mahirlos. Just crossed 9 million. Needs some inspiration for next direction. 2 tunes from Ahsoka. We'll charge back for ship criticism. If Mahir, are we still in chat? Oh, yeah. Well, why not? Yeah, they added those Rex already. They added those, I think that was, like, today. Mahir, yeah, FTP. I know. I'm well aware of your free-to-play. All right, well, let's go to the first thing we need to look at, Mahir. We've not made any other Ewoks relict. These Ewoks have been relic since Leia happened. No other relic Ewoks. That's shame. That's shameful. Shameful. All right. How you said you're like super close to Ahsoka though. All right. Hu Yang, Padawan Sabine. Respect for getting General Syndulla to Relic 7, even though she doesn't need it, 'cause she does help. Oh, yeah, waiting for me to tell you their meta. Unless they get a focused Datacron, they are not ever going to be in the meta. Yeah, so you're going to get Spectre. How close are you to Ezra Exile, Mahir? Because that's I don't know if you play Conquest enough that you'll have him, but he's kind of important for the Spectre team. Let's see. So next conquest, yeah. So once you get as I would bump Ezra up, and then and then I want you to throw Ezra with Rey and Ben in your Grand Arena defense, and just watch everyone in Carbonite hate you. Guys, Mahir has some sayings in Swago, right? Mahir's 9 million galactic power and has some sayings in Swago. Order 66 raid optional. That's one of those. So, yeah, Mahir will be fully participating with the Order 66 raid too. It's his roster's fullest extent. He's also a huge fan of mods. Mods are one of Mahir's favorite aspects in this game. I actually don't like. The thing is, every single one of these is actually solid. Maybe not the best for Rey, but every single one of those is a solid mod. Like, this is really good. This is a great mod, Mahir. This, while not great for Ray, would be amazing for a tank. This is a very good mod for Ray, especially if we can get that tenacity to roll. This is amazing for Ray. And that is actually not bad. So for a guy who says mods are optional, that is not a terribly modded Ray, all things considered. Let's see who else Mahir. Let's see what else we've got modded here. Potency. Okay, Mahir, really? Really? We got potency on Leia. Jesus Christ. I'm at a loss for words, Mahir. Yeah, Mahir mods are optional for Mahir. I've known him long enough to know that mods are optional, just like ships are optional. This is a 9 million account that does not have Executor. He could care less. Mahir legit, guys, just so you, Mahir makes fun of me when he'll, like, he watched my GAC, and then he'll go, yeah, I don't fight that in Carbonite. My battles took a minute each, and I'm done. How are you doing, Phil, as I'm sweating through a Grand Arena only to get my back blown out? Yeah, Executor optional. Yep, Executor is optional. I have tried to ask him what it would take for him to farm ships, and I think it was somewhere along the lines if I had to renounce my fandom to the United States men's national soccer team, and that just was not going to happen. But yeah, Mahir, I would argue, yeah, you know what? Fair play, man. He still plays the game. He just doesn't care again about like ships or whatever else. Like, what does it matter to him? It's the best part. No, dude, seriously, Mahir, what I would do, I would argue that you, once you get Ezra, throw him with Rey until you get Ahsoka, and then you're just going to have 10,000 subscribers and renouncing the fandom. Yeah, we'll hopefully get to 10K, but renouncing the fandom is not going to happen. What I would say here is I would love to see what you could do if you could put more into your account, because you have so much stuff where it's like you're just missing a few pieces of gear, like Jedi Cal, Darth Revan. Like, you have the bones to make some really, really ridiculous moves. Reva. Hold on. Okay, he earned Reva shards. He earned Reva shards. I would definitely recommend building Reva Mahir. Let's once you're done with Ahsoka, let's go through and build up some of those characters like Reva. Let's build up Cal. Let's build up Darth Revan. Let's build up some of these guys who sitting in the account for a little bit that deserve some love in the gear. All right, I gotta look at mods on one other character. I'm scared. Let's go to JML. Protection. All right. Protection. No protection percent. Here we... Oh, Mahir, we gotta have a chat about these mods, man. We gotta have a chat about these mods. We got some work to do. We got some work to do on these mods. But after Ahsoka, if that's the... Let's finish out some of those other things that are missing from the account. But if I was you and you wanted to just be like, haha, people, I honestly think like Lord Vader with the clones would just mess so many people up. I feel like if you did Lord Vader and clones, it would just piss people off because they wouldn't know what to do. That's my thought. That would be my next thing. Once you get like your Cal and other stuff, just get Lord Vader. I don't know that he would be interested in Hondo. He could. I mean, for all he wants to, he could Hondo, but I'm trying to get him some raid stuff, guys. Come on. I know he says they're optional. I know for a fact that he never earned any cam shards. I know that's true. I know he did not get any cam shards. Hondo is part of the raid. Yes, Hondo is part of the raid. It's just whether or not he feels like farming them up or not. So, here, you could go for clones or you could go for Hondo. Both will equally piss people off in Carbonite, which I know that is your favorite thing to do. Breaking my FTP tonight given the verbal accosting. Oh my god. I love you, buddy. Mahir, guys, Mahir is, he and I were the ones that, he watched me at the, he and I were hanging out at the Chelsea game, and he was doing the best thing that a friend can do while my team is losing and making sure that he captures it on video for future purposes to share as I'm, like, having an existential crisis. So, Mahirla, my friend, you know the drill. Always appreciated. You are ridiculous. I hate you so much. Stop super chatting. All right, next we've got Well, Why Not with the 5 trillion bazillion Republic credits that are good here. Thoughts on Balin or push raid teams higher? Also, mods are a work in progress. I'm slowly working on them. Alright, so he said thoughts on Balin. So mercenaries. Okay, so you've got Shin, you've got Miracle. Alright, so you're just Shin away there. And what about Night Sisters? So it's just relic levels. Okay. Okay, so here's... Jeez, you have base Mindu already. Yeah, alright, so well, why not? Here's what I would say. Get Balin. Balin's going to be the best thing to do. Hold on. Give me 1 sec here. Yeah, so here's the thing, well, why not? Balin is a temporary, like, that's not going to come back right now. You've got Mace already. You're good for a while, right? Like, unless your guild is, we're going max crate today, not worth it. My recommendation for you would be to get Balin, because that is a, you know, he's not in the journey guide permanently yet. You've done what I would argue is the hardest stuff, which is farm to the shards. So it's just relic levels at this point. So Balin's by far and away the better option here. Because, like, you've got Mace, you've got Depa at Relic 9, you know, I think Balin makes more sense. Especially because, like, just for, like, looking at your Dark Side clones there. Like, you've got them Relic 7 and then Scorch's Relic 9. To get more score out of them, it's going to be a lot more invested than what you would put into just getting Balin. And Balin will help in other elements there as well. And then while you're doing that, you can try to finish sharding your new Bad Batch, the Chad Batch 2.0. We can work on them, and then you can start thinking about pirates. Obviously, you have to spend, I'd argue, unless you got super, super lucky, you've spent a little bit of coin on the game, which is okay, but I would definitely recommend going Balin over the raid teams. They're the sad batch. Man. Yeah, I think for now I would definitely just hold. Mods are a work in progress. Are you saying they're a work in progress on like your clones, on Lord Vader, on... Oh yeah, Lord... Okay, so we got to work on those. Nice of CG to give me a break with the pirate era. I was leaning Balin and just need another reason to do so. Yeah, honestly, like because he's a limited time release, it just makes way more sense. I would say, yeah. Yeah, that's only 3 speed. You've got decent mods on him. I mean, this one, the only thing I'll say is there's no protection percent, or offense percent, and I get kind of, it's one of my areas that I get a little bit antsy about. I like that mod a lot. I would work on Lord Vader's mods, and I would make sure that the clone troopers have good mods as well, because you're gonna be relying on them to do a lot of stuff, right? That's it. Like, the Lord Vader team has always been one where this might belong on an attacker, to be honest, over a tank. You know, the way I see a character like Lord Vader, they love stats. Right? He just wants as many stats as possible. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying with the mods. The only thing I'd wonder is, do you have characters that you're not actively using that have good mods on them? So that could be something to look at, is if you've got some mods kind of hanging around on characters that you're not using a lot, and could you rip them off, put them on somebody else, or someone who doesn't need quite as much speed as they used to? Can we move that mod around to somebody else? So there's also some food for thought there to maybe make your clones a little bit better, is to switch those mods around and get more going on that team. You have all the GLs, so that's good. Kylo's got good mods on him from what I'm seeing. I would get something with offense percent here personally. That's just personal choice. Yeah, man, a lot of people, I noticed a lot of you guys slice your speed arrows. I don't have a single speed arrow that's sliced. Alright, let's keep looking. Crit damage, that's a really good mod. That's solid. It's decent enough. Not great for Kenobi because he doesn't benefit from potency. So it's fast, but it doesn't really benefit him enough. Same like, but he doesn't really benefit from the potency. He likes the health, which is good. Give me one sec here. Also for me, GAC is optional when I feel like trying. Honestly, that's the way to do it. Like, realistically, that is the way to play Grand Arena. Because it is, like, you guys saw me tonight, right? Like, I'm going to be sweating for the next how many hours until Grand Arena is over. Like, it's 17 hours of me just sweating. So I get it. You know, it's definitely something that we can look at there. Oh, man, I'm trying to think. Like, the only thing I would say is, like, I know you're like when you feel like I'm trying to think about this, but like you're Kyber 4, so you at least do enough. One thing maybe to think about for this account, right? You have everything, right? You've got Mace, like you're not missing a lot. I would honestly just, like, if you pushed for, like, a Grand Arena season or two, you can do the exact same thing you're doing now, but sit inside of Kyber 3, maybe even Kyber 2. Like, I always say, one of the hardest things, like, you look at where I am right now, so I'm at 36-21, and again, just for, like, it's more, like, my bracket right now is arguably harder than what I had in the last round at a higher skill rating. So, like, there's certain skill ratings that are just a lot harder than others. Like, it's harder to be at, like, the top end of K2 than, like, the low end of K1. And so I'm saying that as, like, you might be at a point where it's like, okay, just actually try harder, and you won't really notice that much of a difference. You're already in Kyber, you're already facing the stupid accounts. Maybe getting in from Kyber 4 to Kyber 3, there's 1,000 crystal season difference. Same thing with Kyber 3 to Kyber 2 and Kyber 2 to Kyber 1. It's 1,000 crystals per bracket that you're getting extra. And that takes into account your wins, your losses, your daily payouts. It's about 1,000 crystals. So it's a pretty solid, like, you know, it is a solid kind of, investment to get a little bit better. I have the best trench. K2 and 3 is where I normally hang out, but I took off all of 5v5 in first week of 3v3. Dang. You have the best trench. Let's see this trench. This is not the best trench. Trench is good. Trench is good. Trench is good. He got 4 battles to get through Trench. Like, Trench is good. This guy, like, that is... And again, you're going to say, oh, it's Datacron, it's Datacron. I mean, like, Slicker and Darkside Ray is Datacron stuff. Nah. Ugh. That hurts my soul. Trench is so useful. I love Trench. I will die on that hill. I will die on the Trench hill. I love Trench. The other thing I will say for you, right, because of where you're at now, obviously, like, pirates are going to be a big deal for you. I would consider working on the Bad Batch, the new Bad Batch, while we're kind of waiting around for other stuff, just because you don't really have a lot else going on. Unless you're, like, completely strapped for gear, unless you're completely strapped for Kyrotex and stuff, if you have it just laying around, I would get the Bad Batch just to boost your raid score up a bit. But you're probably going to be doing better in the raid than I am, because I don't have Mace, I don't have all the clones at Relics, so, you know, it can be a problem. You know, that's something to think about. Also, what your Zeta situation is. If you have the Zetas, I would throw them on Tarkin for the raid. And obviously his Grand Arena Omicron as well, because, like, we're going to need that. But otherwise, man, you know, I feel like the other thing, like just with mods in general, here's what I would do. I was telling this to another guy, another channel member, Johnny Boy. The way you need to handle your modding, you've got to work it like a character at a time. But what you do, right, is, okay, you're going to perfect Lord Vader's mods, and then you're not going to take those mods away from Lord Vader. And then you're going to go create a mod set for, say, Jedi Master Kenobi. And you're going to put the mods on there. And then what you do is you kind of say, okay, this character's mods are locked. That, like, you don't let them... You don't create a mod set for a character and then start taking them off to build somebody else. Like, you're like, all right, these are the best ones that I want. Yeah, if you're... Oh, okay, yes, so you are Zeta Port. Yeah, so then maybe the Bad Batch is something that you just kind of skip for now and wait and see if pirates make more sense long run based on your resources. But I would still... I'd say modding is going to be a big thing for you. Just make sure that you get the mods, the right mods sliced up too. Like, look for the ones that have good stats. Look for the ones that there's potential to get multiple good things on, and not just ones that have speed. We want to make sure that the stats are actually helping that Galactic Legend be the best GL that they can. Otherwise, man, I don't know that I can help this account that... Like, farm the Common Pants. Farm the Common Pants. It's a good ship, and it's fun to say. Yeah, I don't know. I equipped the Bad Batch Zetas, but I'm in a very different Zeta position. I've got time before I need Jedi Master Mace and the other clones, so, like, I'm not too concerned there. But I know I'm in a much different position than a lot of other people when it comes to Zeta materials. I would relic Zori if you get a chance. I feel like Zori, you have the resistance, like, you have all that stuff. Zori would just be a really good addition. It's a good Omicron, too. Like, that's a very solid team. I feel like it catches people out. That's one they underestimate. Yeah, otherwise, I think you have the right idea. I don't, unless you have another question, man, I don't know how much more I can help. I think I got your question done. You are much more advanced. So, I appreciate that, because I think this is good. And your question is spot on. Like, hey, do I push the raid teams, or I think Balin is the answer, and you can still push raid teams once you are ready for Balin. I would just make sure that you have the gear ready for Balin as well. Like, you don't want to unlock him and then, what's it called? You don't want to unlock him and not have the gear to spend. So, give me 1 sec here, guys. I'm going to I'm going to go run out and piss in my bushes. I'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah. We don't beat around the bush here. Pun intended. Why it's asking? Wait. It's LV, Darth Vader, Piet, do you own a Fennec, Grief, Karga? Yeah, that's what I would do. Fennec, Grief, bam. Sorry, I just catching back up on chat. Use Fennec with Boba Fett, sign a Django. Oh. I mean, JML should work there. That JML should work. SKR. Those are your two best. I mean, neither's really great against that version of Lord Vader. Oop. Fontia just dropped. All right, my man with the, I think that's Aussie dollars. Inquisitors or Windu. All right, let's see how close. Let's see what we got here, man. Inquisitor. All right, let's check Inquisitors first. Whew. All right, we got a lot of work to do on Inquisitors. Got a lot of work to do on Inquisitors. How close, Fontia, how close is your guild to getting Riva? Like, is your guild actively working towards Riva? Are you already there? Like, where are we at in that regard? And then the Order 66 raid. Okay, you have Jocasta, Oppo, Temple Guard, Scourge, CX2, Disguise, Depa. Yeah, so my question would be, for reference, I have 700 both Chirotech saved. I get Riva at the end of TB. I would probably... Man, that's so tough. Because... Yeah, I think Inquisitors is the answer here. I think you're too far. Here's your problem, right? So, Depa is 5-star. Temple Guard is 6, which is great. But, like, CX2, who just went farmable, is only 3-star. Scorch is only 4-star. The Disguised Clone Trooper, only 4-star. Like, you're a long ways away from those Clone Troopers. And while they will go farmable, it's still going to take a long time to get there. And then, in that same train of thought, like your Inquisitors, you still need to finish 7th. You still need to finish 5th, but it's not going to take long to do that. And while you're working on the gear here, you can build the shards. And then once you're done with that, you can focus completely on getting Order 66 characters. But Riva does make this team ridiculously good. Grand Inquisitor, Fifth Brother are part of the Scythe, which is a fantastic ship, particularly at your galactic power. As much as I hate the Kenobi show and as much as I hate the character Riva, she is one of the most important pieces to my Grand Arena strategy and performance. So yeah, I definitely think in this case, Inquisitors is the answer because you're not close enough, right? If this was a situation where it's like, I don't think this is because Mace Windu, like you're not going to get Mace Windu this week. So like, unless you're planning to drop however much money it takes to take these characters from whatever they are to Relic 5 and better off just getting the Inquisitors and then worrying about Mace Windu in 3 months. And that's assuming that you are able to farm all the shards you need because CX2 you still have a long way away, but just something I would consider there, but I personally would go Inquisitors. I think Inquisitors are one of the more underrated factions in the game. Yeah, if you're thinking of Windu in 3 months, I think you'll probably be able to get... How much... Do you have stuff... Like, do you have enough gear saved? Outside of just the Chirotechs, like, what are your signal data, relic materials look like? Is it a situation where in 3 months you'll be able to like start Mace Windu and you'll be okay, or are you completely tapped out of all those materials, and so it really is an Inquisitors versus Mace? Because that would be something to consider there. Like how much signal data you have saved up to be able to react one way or the other. $450 blue. Yeah, all right. So you're... Yeah, I feel like you're going to be okay. I feel like with that amount of signal data, getting your Inquisitors is going to be okay. And the other thing here, too, just like because of where you're at, I never said this. You can stop at Relic 5 on your Inquisitors. Like, it only takes Relic 5 to unlock Grand Inquisitor. You're going to have Reva. You could stop at Relic 5 and eventually make them all Relic 7 at some point. But I don't know that you need to go to the Relic 7 tier, if I'm brutally honest. As much as I love those characters, having them at all is just good enough. So if that helps make your Mace Windu, what you could even do, get them to Relic 5, start saving your gear for Mace Windu, you get closer, you realize that you can add more to your Inquisitors, add more. But I always will say, like, you can always add gear. You can't take it away. So if you go in and take these guys to Relic 7 and then it's like, I don't have enough for Mace Windu and his event is going to disappear, you can't take it off of your Inquisitors. But you could always be like, oh, his event's going to disappear, and because I never move these Inquisitors beyond Relic 5, I've got more resources to spend. So that is something I would consider in your account is, listen, people are going to look at your account and know you didn't get a single Reva shard just because you don't have them geared up at all. So who cares about the optics? It doesn't matter. You got your Inquisitor, you got Reva, and that's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Nothing else needs to matter. Any other questions, Fontia? Can feel my outlaw just sitting in my gut. Such a lovely feeling. You miss me, Fat Phil. I had a message earlier about Malik. Oh, I mean, I have a video. Chat, I'm sticking right now. I'm kind of sticking with the channel members and the super chats on roster reviews. But in regards to Malik, I have, those are some of my more watched videos. I mean, they're old, they're back in the day, but they still work. The strategies are still the same. But yeah, Malik's a solid thing to get. So any other questions? Should I upgrade Jocasta to have a usable raid team or just invest in Inquisitors? Ooh, yeah. I don't hate, Fontia, I don't hate getting Jocasta up to a reasonable level. The only question I'd have is how much, what tier can Kelleran, Shock, and Jocasta get to reasonably? But I don't hate trying to build something for your guild. I'll never discount that. I will never discourage or dissuade you from that. So I don't hate that move at all. And just kind of looking. It's a team that you'll probably have to save for offense because you don't have enough of them to set defensively and use Datacrons as well. But you could try to at least get Jocasta and see what they can do in the raid. I don't hate that strategy at all. Oh, excuse me. Do I have anything else that's quick in chat, or any other people wanting any other channel members or super chats that are in need of roster reviews? It is almost 1 a.m. fat fill time, and I have to work in the morning. So, want to make sure I get to all the people that, either, are going to super chat. Again, listen, got to do what you got to do, right? Shameless plug. Or channel members, you guys. And again, if you're a channel member, if you're ever wondering, like, what, my channel members have access that if they want a roster review, they just can DM me and we handle it all in DMs. Like, it doesn't have to be on stream. I don't ever want people thinking that. Like, I actually find them easier to do via DM because it can be a conversation without like a delay in chat. But also it's nice where if they just have like a simple question, hey, what should I Omicron next? I can go check their account and figure it out right away. So shameless plugs. But if you guys don't have anything else for me, I think I am going to log off before I fall in a hole and die and keel over and fall asleep. So I just want to give like one last roll call before I call it a night. I appreciate everybody hopping on. We had a lot of fun. It was good to be streaming GAC, even though it didn't go the way we were hoping. Still a lot of fun to get back in front of the camera with you guys. As always, you are the best community a guy could ask for. So chat, I really appreciate everybody. But I don't see anything else unless stream is lagging. I don't see any other chats, questions, comments, yellings. Thanks for everything. Oh, of course, no, Lucky. Thank you, man. You were the one that helped me at least get to where I was in Grand Arena. So yeah, man. I mean, without you, we didn't clear those back teams without you. So I much appreciated, my friend. That was all. These were that Luthen and Granny. That was all the brain trust. We don't talk about the Leia battle. That's exactly right. No. Thank you guys again. I really appreciate all of you just being the best subscribers, community in the world. Again, I don't have the Discord link to like in chat somewhere. I forgot to do that, but it's always in every single video. You can join the Discord. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're not and you watched, go subscribe. And then most importantly, make sure you go find those other content creators across the Star Wars universe and subscribe, watch their content. We want to keep this game going. So appreciate everyone. Again, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta get to bed. I love you all. May the